Kyle, I'm curious about when you guys get the game plan each week and there's a bunch of new stuff that you haven't seen before. How difficult is it to cram and learn all of those things? And also as a fullback, um, there are lots of plays where you'll cut across formations and make blocks. Are you freelancing at all in those situations based on what you see, or is that all part of the plan?
Um, that's every week that we come in and we see a bunch of new stuff that we've never done before. That's literally every Wednesday. So that's something that you just kind of get used to. And originally it was a little bit tougher, but at this point, you just have like a solid foundation of what we're running, and then we just kind of tweak a few things. Um, so it's not as bad as it used to be. So you just kind of get used to that aspect of it. And as far as my role and me kind of crossing like formation like you said, and just kind of ending up on guys that you might not expect, some of that is just reacting to the play, and blocking who's most dangerous. But it's not, I don't go up to the line of scrimmage and just think, okay, I don't have an assignment here and just block whoever. I usually do have an assignment of where I need to get to, and then just kind of react from there, based on what happens during the play.
Hey, Kyle, this might be a bit of a random question, but when you have a game like you did on Sunday, especially in terms of blocking, is there like a zone that you can get in as a blocker? I know people talk about like shooters and basketball things like that, but just like where you feel like you're hitting on everything, and can you feel that in a game like that?
Yeah, most definitely. You do you get in this zone of, um, you just, I mean, for me, you always see I'm mixing up cut blocks and what we call climb blocks, where you're staying up on the guy, and sometimes it's just a little bit of a feel, and almost sometimes a guess on whether, all right, is this the time to cut him, or is this the time to stay up on him, and sometimes you're just feeling it and you guess right, or you can just feel the intention of the guy that you're blocking and how he's going to take you on, and sometimes it's just easy for you and it's clicking. So yeah, you do kind of get in a zone like that, as you would as like a shooter in basketball.
Kyle, you've been a lead blocker this season already for seven or for five different tailbacks. Does it matter to you, who you're lined up with back there? Do you have to know the guy, the style, in how you set up and execute your blocks?
Yeah, it's wild to think that we've we've gotten to our fifth tailback at times, and they're still extremely impressive. But no, honestly, I don't change up my style for any of those guys. I've said it before. There's a common trait with all those guys, and it's speed. And even the guys who might not run the 4 threes, Jeff Wilson and Jermichael Hasty, still play extremely fast, and they do such a good job of setting up my blocks. That's really the biggest thing, and I think the biggest difference in myself and other fullbacks is I'm not just trying to move a guy from point A to point B. I'm trying to make him move himself, just with my aiming points and where I put my hat, on his. And those running backs help me do that. They help stress that linebacker, and thinking, you know, whether we're going to take this to the sideline or if this is inside zone. And they understand what I'm doing in front of them, and they can help me make that block easier for myself.
Kyle, sorry if you've been asked this already. My Wi-Fi went out for the first question. But with all those different running backs behind you, without giving away any offensive secrets, how much does Kyle's plan for the week change with those different guys out there? I know he tries to put people in the best situation for their skill set. Do you see a lot of swing in the plays that he calls?
Honestly, no, I don't notice too much of a difference in that. That's, it's probably a better question for him, and I don't know if he would ever give you the honest answer, but he probably changes some things. But so much changes from week to week that it's hard for, us as the player to really like hone in on, okay, we're doing more of this when, Jet is in or when Raheem is in. It really, it doesn't seem to be too much of a difference for us.
Kyle, you always do such a good job with blocking and the dirty work and the non-glamorous aspects of football. What did it mean to you to get 4 carries and 2 targets and to be involved that heavily in the game that way?
It means a lot. I've said it before. I'm not the fullback that is gonna tell you my favorite thing to do is to go block on 50 snaps a game. I love touching the ball, and just my mentality since college is that the better I block and the more blocks I get, the more opportunities I'm gonna get to touch the ball. So for Kyle to reward me like that last week and let me get those carries and have some targets, it means everything to me. That it fires me up. You can see me. I'm smiling every time I touch the ball. And honestly, it helps me on the next play if I need to go block because I know the type of energy I get when I do get those opportunities.
Hey, Kyle, I thought that explanation of all those blocking angles was super interesting and complex. I'm wondering, it's your 4th year now in the offense. Have you had the chance to sit down with Kyle and actually, be in on the ground floor when he's making some of these plays? Does he consult with you to make sure that, some of the angles are appropriate when he's designing stuff?
Yeah, honestly, we've never him and I have never sat down and constructed things together, but I have a lot of those discussions with Mike McDaniel, and he's kind of my intermediary man to Kyle. I have a ton of those kind of discussions with Mike, and I know those get to Kyle, just based on comments that Kyle will make the next day and that sort of thing, and things that coaching points that he'll make during our run installation or on Fridays we have what is our run tape and we go over all our run plays from the week and highlights from the previous week. I can tell just from what Kyle points out that what me and Mike McDaniel have been talking about has gotten through to him. Thanks, guys.
Did you enjoy that video? Make sure to check out these other ones.